Hi, my name is Chris Benjaminsen and I am the founder of FRVR. And today I'm excited to give you a deeper look at our latest research project called FRVR Forge, which uses generative AI to create and modify games. Our goal with FRVR Forge is to build a platform where anyone can create, play and share games as easily as anyone today can record, watch and share videos on platforms such as YouTube, Instagram and TikTok. FRVR Forge is built using cloud technologies and can therefore be used on any device, including computers, phones or even newer televisions, both as a standalone application or directly in a web browser. The basic interface consists of an input field for chatting with and instructing the AI models, an area for viewing and manipulating the creation history, source code and graphical assets, and a game's preview where the latest version of the game can always be played. To get to know FRVR Forge, let's create a game similar to the space shooter game we demoed in our original teaser video. And if you're wondering, yes, with FRVR Forge you can create any type of game, something we're looking forward to demonstrating over the next weeks. First, let us ask FRVR Forge to create a new game from scratch by pressing the New Games button. Here you can manually write a name and a description for our new game, or we can get the AI to generate these for us based on a quick description. Let's go with top-down space shooter. From here the AI automatically proposes a name and writes a quick initial description for our game. I'm happy with that. So I will simply press create game and the AI will write the initial version of our game using FRVR's XS game engine. And with that we have the initial version of our space shooter game. Let's have a look at what we created. We have a green spaceship which is locked to the mouse or mobile touchpoint, firing bullets automatically upwards. We have pink enemies spawning randomly at the top and flying down, auto-firing bullets downwards. And while it looks like we can kill enemies, it does not seem like we can die. For those of us who can read code, we can see that FRVR Forge has automatically created classes for our hero, our enemies, hero bullets, enemy bullets, and a main games class which contain all of our game logic. While this is not yet a finished space shooter game, it's a very good start. And it's about what is possible with a single query using the latest large language models. From here, the process of creating a game is very similar to being a game producer working with a game developer, where we can describe and implement incremental changes that will bring the game closer to our final vision. To do so, we can write a new request to be implemented, or we can simply do what you can also do with a game developer and ask the AI to propose and implement the next change itself by pressing this magic wand button here. As you can see, the AI thinks our game should have a score overlay, we should get points for killing enemies, and we should die if we are hit by an enemy bullet. The AI automatically identified the changes needed to implement these features and applied them to the source code, which made the game preview reload. And now the game has a score at the top of the screen. You get points when you kill enemies, and if you are hit by an enemy bullet you die, and our debug game over screen is shown. As the game is created using the FRVR platform, it automatically gets access to our entire platform stack, which includes everything you need to build a successful game, such as live ops, allowing for the game to be tweaked and optimized using the FRVR cloud, important game integrations such as authentication, persistent data storage, game over, achievement, high scores and leaderboards, social sharing, and monetization which supports everything from advertisement to in-app purchases and subscriptions. Even better, games built using the FRVR platform can be published to more than 30 channels. You can already find FRVR games on almost any place where games can be played. In most mobile app stores, inside Facebook via Facebook Instant, on most Windows PCs via Microsoft Start, on any Samsung device via Samsung Galaxy Store Instant Games, on any of our other 30 plus channels, including Discord, Steam, television, and even inside the entertainment system of newer cars. Let's make the game more space-like by adding stars to the background. Let's try to do this simply by writing stars and hitting enter. As you can see, stars were added to the game. However, they are static and not exactly what is expected from a space shooter game. To correct this, we can simply go to the History tab and press Revert, which returns the game to the state it was in before the latest change. Note here that you can revert to any step in history if you decide that you want to go back to that specific point in time and take the game in a different direction from there. This time, let's try being a lot more specific on what we want. Again, exactly like working with a real developer, the better you can describe the change you want to implement, the better the result will be. So let's instead instruct the AI to integrate a scrollable star field behind everything, providing an illusion of ongoing forward movement. Faster moving stars should be more visible. Much better, but it's getting really hard to see what is going on. To fix this, we can simply navigate to the Assets tab, where you can see that FRVR Forge has created a list of all assets that currently exist in the game. Let's change the size and shape of these assets to better show what is going on. Let's first make the hero larger. Then let's make the hero bullet smaller circles. Let's make the enemies larger. Let's make the enemy bullets smaller circles. And lastly, let's make the stars small, gray circles. And with that, the game is really starting to look like a space shooter game. Now, let's see if we can make the game actually fun to play. If you don't know how, you can always hit the magic wand button again. Looks like the AI wants to change the enemy movement patterns and the enemy shooting patterns. Let's take over from here and actually implement a game similar to what we originally demonstrated in our teaser video. Let's first make enemies stop moving down at a random position in the top third of the screen. Then let's spawn waves of enemies, only spawning the next wave when the current wave of enemies all have been killed. Then let's make enemies shoot at the hero. And finally, the hero ship should not be stuck to the mouse, but follow the mouse around with a limited speed, and the ship should always move towards the mouse. And with that, we have re-implemented the basic features from our original demo. Now let's make the game pretty. We do this once again by navigating to the Assets tab, where we can not only change the size, color, and shape of assets, but can also use generative AI to create graphics for the game. Let's first create a spaceship for our hero. Hero spaceship facing upwards with a single cannon in the center. Then press Imagine Image. From here, FRVR Forge automatically uses generative AI to create an asset that matches the description, and then another AI to process it such that it can be used inside the game. To use an asset, we simply click the asset we want and it's automatically applied to the game. I want this one. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Now let's use the image generator to create assets for the enemies and the different types of bullets. Single enemy alien facing downwards adapted to living in space. Single alien slime bullet flying downwards. Single space torpedo flying upwards. We now have a game that is both pretty fun to play and visually pleasing. Let's share it with our friends by simply clicking the share button, which will automatically build and publish a version of the game that can be played on any device that has a web browser. I will share this link in the video description for anyone to try. I really hope you have enjoyed this deeper look at FRVR Forge and what you can expect in the future from FRVR. You can learn more about FRVR Forge at frvr.ai, where you can also apply for beta access. If you want to join the conversation, here's FRVR's Twitter, my personal Twitter, and my Substack. Thank you so much for watching.